Please start.
Yeah. A pleasant day to all the participants, those who have joined the forum here for the Global Train uh, Global Career Counseling program. So it's a pleasant day to all of us. And I am Dr. Ravi Kumar here from Bangalore, India. I'm a core member with the International Internship University, and I'm a master trainer, facilitator, coach, mentor, and also a spiritual trainer and a preacher alongside the naturotherapeut. I am a naturotherapist as well as a Reiki healer. So I do a lot of corporate trainings as well as CSR programs for educational institutions, and I am also a certified trainer for faculty development program and also train the teacher development programs. The International Internship University is one of its first kind that gives the online internship to the participants across the globe. International Internship University, in a very short span of time, has spread its wings across the globe in 195 countries in all the 7 continents. The backbone of the International Internship University, our beloved founder, Advocate P.U. Pandit sir, is one of the most sought after educationist who is dedicated himself and putting all his efforts and working towards educating the nation now is behind educating the globe itself, who is having a wide vision on the education for the students of all the categories from all the communities of whatever the level they belong to, from below poverty line to the top poverty line people. He is the one who is having that wide vision that every child born on the earth should be educated and should possess the ability to come up on their own and shine like a shining star. Thank you so much, P. Pandit sir, for giving me this opportunity to be here on this platform. And it is the time for me to extend my gratitude as well as my heartfelt thanks to our beloved chairperson and the backbone of the India chapter of International Internship University, none other than Dr. Snigdha Kadam, who single-handedly has taken this International Internship University to the nooks and corners of the nation. I also welcome all the participants over here for the day 2 of the Global Career Counseling Program. And now it is my time, privilege, and it is my honor to introduce our beloved speaker of the day, who is none other than Dr. Srividya Sukumar. Dr. Srividya Sukumar is based out in the United Arab Emirates. She is an educationist, governance advisor, R&D consultant. She is also into quality assurance and she is an audit expert. Dr. Srividya ma'am is also a strategic transformist. She is a coach for life and business analysis. She is an author. You see, she has written many books for which she has been rewarded. And she is a columnist. She is also a global chairperson at GSFN, and also she is the country director of UAE of International Internship University. We wholeheartedly welcome you, Dr. Srividya ma'am, for day 2 session of the Global Career Counseling session. So the time is yours, the platform is yours, the participants are yours. So all is yours. The time is also yours. Thank you so much. Most welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ravikumarji. Like, it was a very warm welcome, and I'm most honored and humbled to be in this platform of career counseling. That's really very nice to be here among you all. And so taking it further, like, as you all know, like, today we have gathered here to talk about career counseling. So when we talk about career counseling, it's a very important chapter. As such, there is some problem with my, uh, 1 second. I'm just checking the internet connection. Now, am I audible now? Please.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. So one request which I really have for all the participants and anybody who is going to enroll for such online sessions is that we should always be appreciative of one's time, effort, and money. Well, money as a third factor, but the key thing that we should always keep in mind is time and effort. And when you're enrolling for such sessions, we have to make it a point, because we are calling ourselves as educationists, and we are going to be a role model who is going to take it forward to the younger generation. Keeping these two factors in mind, there is absolutely no compromise for being punctual, regular, and also being very uh, positive about exactly what is going to happen. Whatever happens, that we should be able to take it forward. That's the ultimate thing. So placing that request to all the eminent persons, people who have joined us today. Well, career counseling. What do we know about career counseling is that, as we all know, it involves people's interest, basically the interest. See, as we are here, our interest to take part in this program also involves career counseling, talking about skills, values that we imbibe in us and taking it forward to the community, our personal traits, and career goals. All these things contribute to the career counseling factors. Additionally, it also accesses market trends, job availability, what I'm going to do, what I want to be, potential for growth in chosen fields, and also balancing personal fulfillment. Whatever we do, we should be thankful and we should be happy in doing those things. So our personal fulfillment and the practical considerations is very crucial in making informed career decisions. So for this, career counseling plays a very, very, very important, vital role in people's life. And as educators, for us, it is a biggest challenge, because we have to guide our younger generation. And it is definitely a challenge. Hope you will agree with me. So guiding students in the careers, helping them to explore their interest, what they want to become. It's like looking into yourself, self-mirroring, self-exploration, as ma'am was explaining it so vividly yesterday. That's the key thing that really matters. So we all become a stained spectrum of our own vibrance. So as such, our interests, our strengths, our shortcomings, and our aspirations, everything contribute to this careers, providing information. So what is lacking in us? Like, it's more kind of a short SWOT analysis. When you look into yourself, it is like self-realization. When you look into yourself, you explore yourself, what I'm good at, self-discovery. That's what is the thing that makes the career. And of course, when it comes to career, all the C's go in one plane: careers, choice, chances, and also your final confinement. All these C's go together in one platform as such. And it tends to provide information, and work on the SWOT analysis method of strengths and shortcomings, your opportunities and threats, and taking it into different professions, educational paths, industry trends can assist them in making informed decisions. As educators, we have the responsibility of guiding these younger generation. So encouraging self-reflection, offering guidance on skill development and networking can contribute always to the career success. So when we are guiding students to the, like relating it to the novel trends which are around. So career pathways based on the interest of skills. Some of the common options, very, very common options, not going in specific, is that science, technology, engineering, mathematics, because these are the main courses that they learn in the schools, colleges, universities thing. So these take the top priority. That is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM fields, which in other words, it's called as offer diverse opportunities from computer science to biomedical research, etc., to name a few. Then the second seat is always comes for the healthcare professionals, the doctors, if not engineers. So what you can become is that the next question is that healthcare professionals, careers in medicine, nursing, allied health, and also healthcare administration, all these things take the second seat, as you know. And if not engineering, if not medical, I'm going into the typical Indian overview or the Indian scenario. If not engineering, if not medical, what's the other thing? Okay, business management. So fields like finance, marketing, human resource, entrepreneurship provide opportunities for those interested in business. So comes the third group, that's the commerce, that everybody will agree with me, I think. So when commerce take the third seat, then what's going to be the ancillary which they have to work on is the creative arts. If not even commerce, if not even engineering, if not even medical, if not even commerce, then what's the thing? Then comes the creative arts. Pursuing careers in visual arts, performing arts, and design and media production. All these things take the fourth seat. So then comes the social sciences, psychology, sociology, political science, international relations, offer paths to those who are interested in human behavior and social structures, etc., etc., etc. Then the next next one is environmental sciences, addressing the environmental challenges to the careers like ecology and environment, engineering, sustainability, etc., etc., etc. Then comes, of course, one more important domain is education, becoming a teacher, becoming a professor, becoming an education administrator to contribute to the learning and development of others. So these are the fields that the students look into. Then, with all these things, there is a big giant who is always waiting to catch up. That's any guesses, please? We have talked about engineering, we have talked about medical, we have talked about commerce streams, we have talked about social sciences, we have talked about creative arts, we have talked about environmental sciences, we have talked about education also. Something which is really missing in all these things, which comprises, it's like salt in a curry, without which nothing can move on in the present world. Which field is that? Any guesses, please? Yes, Revati ma'am, you have something to say?
Yeah, film industry, music industry.
We said creative arts, right? It covered that. Then you're nearing it, but still. Shraddha Chavanji, do you have anything to say? Which is the thing which complemented a salt in a curry, without which none of these fields can move up? Which is that? Today we are doing Zoom session. Come on.
Yeah.
Which
Communication.
One? Okay, little bit near.
Mass media.
Mass media, okay. IT, information technology, careers in software development, cybersecurity, data sciences, IT management, all these things. So with all these things exploring, then comes the actual field work. When you say field work, what all things which comes to your mind? Fields like being a plumber, electrician, carpenter, hardware people, and also construction, real estate, so many things. All these are called as skilled trades. Even these come under career counseling. Then, last but not the least, okay, no medical, no engineering, okay, no commerce, no law, and no social science, no environmental, no education, IT, or skilled trades, that also gone. Then what is left? The final seat where you can have a very sit and have a very peaceful living.
Farming.
Okay, army is peaceful, ma'am.
Farming, agriculture.
Agriculture, okay. Anything? I said you can sit and enjoy your life.
Tourism.
Okay, tourism also. Agreed. Public service, serving the community through government and public administration, law enforcement with profit and non-profit organizations, etc., etc., etc. All these things are being given as options for students to choose normally. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Moving ahead, so we encourage students normally under these headers. So what is actually required for doing this exactly is that your candidature. You have to have your profile. Do you agree? Yes. We are going to have an interactive session. My sincere apologies for it. So I want you to add one adjective to your name. Say that, okay, this is me. I'm Sri Vidya. My name starts with yes. I'm going to add one adjective with my name saying smart Sri Vidya. Okay. So this is how I define myself. Now, when it comes to Miss Shraddha Chavan, ma'am, can you add one adjective to your name and give me your name saying that you are this? That's how you, that's what you are. That's what you would like to define yourself as.
Simple.
Simple Shraddha Chavan. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, simple Shraddha Chavan. That's nice. Very nice. Very cute. Okay, Revati ma'am, can you add one adjective to your name and give me a profile of yourself?
Iron lady.
Iron lady, Revati Chavan. That's really fantastic. Okay, are we not missing Miss Noor? Miss Noor, can you just add one adjective to define yourself and give me your profile? That's what you are. Miss Noor, have we lost her? We lost Shrigna ma'am. I think we should have asked Shrigna ma'am also. Okay, if Ravi Kumar ji is there, can Ravi Kumar ji, can you just add an adjective to yourself and give me your profile in a very simple definition, if it is allowed, if it's okay for you? Okay, this is what is the thing. So what is actually required is that, very importantly, you need to have a profile for yourself. So when you have your profile, it is very easy for you to communicate to people. Hope everybody will agree with me. Likewise, for students who are there with us, whether it is school-going student or an engineering student, very, very important is profile building. So how can we help and when does it start? When does this profile building start? Any guesses? Revati ma'am, can you guess? Since you're a principal of the school, can you please guess exactly when do they start building their profile or when should they start building that profile? Any guesses, ma'am?
I didn't get the point.
If at all a student has to have a profile, do you agree with the point that student has to have a profile for himself or herself?
Yeah, everyone
Yes.
should.
Everyone should, exactly. So when it is such a case, when do they have to start profiling themselves? This is my profile. This is me as a student, as a person, when they should start this process.
With their education, with their degrees, with their experiences, with their work.
Brilliant. Very good. Very good. That shows all your expertise and your experience. Ms.
Yeah.
Shraddha Chavan, do you agree with that? That this is how they should form the profile, or do you have
Yes.
anything to add on,
So,
or you?
Yeah. So they do begin the profile from 8th grade, 8th, 9th. And then it's not just the academics, it's also the extracurricular, the sports and whatever they're doing. So that
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Very good. Thank you. You made my job easier, actually. Very good. So each student should have a profile. That's what is the thing. We all have agreed unanimously on this platform that profile is very, very important for a student. Okay. So what all things which contribute to this profile, as Ma'am Shraddha Chavan was mentioning, co-curricular, scholastic, and co-scholastic skills both contribute to the profile building. Yes or no? Yes. So when it is academics, it comes to the scholastic skills. When it is co-curricular activities, it comes to the co-scholastic skills. When they build this profile, and where does it start? I slightly differ from Revati ma'am, little bit. I don't think so that I don't agree on the fact that it starts with the school education. Not like that. It starts from the KG class only, according to me, because from the KG only, these days parents are pushing for every single competition, every single attendance, and from the KG only, the parents have to record each and every event in the child life. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes. So it is not only their accomplishment, it is not only their achievements, but anything and everything as such, any shortcoming or anything that they have to learn, anything that they have to work on. Say, for example, if they've got a learning disability, if they've got a learning disorder, something needs to be intervened there, something needs to be recommended, addition, remedial measures, anything and everything. And also parallelly, any health history, past history that the child has undergone from the KG, from even before KG as such, from the childhood, from whichever stage they can do it, from the child birth only, the parents should help the child to have their profile very clearly in records. So how can we do this? How can we just help them do it? That's what is the thing. I'm going to simply share my, I think I should be able to. I'm just trying to share my thing before I go into my presentation or whatever thing. Let me check. Okay. Okay, now I will try share my screen. I'll just show, not to just show off, but still, this is my website, ma'am. Hope my screen is visible. Yes, I think it should be visible now. Okay, so I have created this particular website for myself. Whoever who is interacting with me, I send them this particular website to them to get to know exactly who is this Vidya, who is Sri Vidya. As these are my sayings, we are like stained glass. We sparkle and shine through the gleaming beauty of our own spectrum. We mirror, and we create our own selves. As we have talked about in elaborate at length, mirroring is very, very important. Looking into ourselves for self-realization is very, very important. End of this session, what is the takeaway? What we have learned is very, very important. So that's how we create ourselves. That's what Aham Brahmasmi says. Okay, so this is my website, and this is what I believe in, and this is my philosophy, and this is all where we are. And moving ahead, I'm going to share exactly who am I, and my acknowledgements and my certifications. All these things come here in the second page. So it's very easy for people to have a look at it. My certifications and my testimonies all open up here. And what do I do? How do I extend my services to community? All these things come over here as a website. See, this is not a company website. This is my personal website. Though it's my personal website, I tell people exactly what I do and what I deliver very clearly. Now, why is this very important? Because to anyone who is going to interact with me, who is going to communicate with me, who wants to know more about me, I send them this so that they get a very clear picture of exactly who the Srividya is. So, in the first place, what do I recommend is that, what do I recommend? Yes, ma'am, Ayushi. Thank you. Welcome. And thanks for joining us.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I was on unmute, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. So now how do we help our students is that the second one, which I'm going to show now. Whoever I'm working with, whichever student I'm working with, what do I do is I help my students to create a Padlet like this. A Padlet is a paid software, kind of very minimal to just get in touch. And this one helps the student to record. We can add more and more sections like this, and you keep adding. This is maybe grade 1. This you can have the child's profile, and grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, like that they can keep on adding. And plus here, you can add academics, you can add achievements, you can add things so that this one link, which is going to be shared, will help them with so much of hassle of forwarding the certificates. So whichever certificate it is, whichever progress report it is, which grade progress report it is, all the reports are being uploaded and kept in the Padlet and with all the certificates. And the child wants to share to anybody for that matter, whether it is for applying for university, whether it is applying for a job, whether it is applying for internship, whether it is applying for anything. This helps the child to just forward that one link. That one link, like a website link, it has been forwarded, it will be forwarded to people such that people will get a very clear idea. So normally it is done in the school level, in the school website, where the students have a profile as a portfolio, where it is created in the name of a school passport, the student passport. Sometimes they call it a student passport. Sometimes they call it as a student portfolio. Sometimes they call it as a student portal, where they are given email ID and access and, like a password for them to maintain the record. Very importantly, it should comprise of core scholastic skills, and also about the health hazards or the health things, health allergies or whatever thing, and learning disorders or physical disorders or anything, all seen in one place along with the parent page. Why is the parent page very important? In future, like when the child is going to apply for universities, this plays a very important role such that they are being shared, and the university will ask finally about the family. Okay, which family? Can you tell me something about your family? That time also this particular, as I've shown in the Padlet, one particular section for the family also comprises of the family pictures, about the dad, about mom, about the siblings, everything all under one roof. So whoever comes to me, I recommend them to create a Padlet like this, such that they are able to handle it themselves. This is very easy to maintain. Hope you will agree with me. Yes, ma'am. Can we move further? Anybody who has a different point of view, I welcome you to share your views now, please. Revati, ma'am.
Yes.
Would you like to add on something? Do you agree with that? Is it how do you think about this idea, or do you have any other procedure that you're following? Would you like to share that?
No, all these things are included already, ma'am.
In the school curriculum now, it is integrated. What did you mean? As a parent portal.
All family, all family informations. And student progress card, personal information.
Yes. Where is it being recorded? If at all, I'm a student. If I am a student, I am applying for a particular university. Do you allow your student to just forward that link to that university saying that you want to know about me, well, you can just check my school website, or you can check my school portal. Do you allow it that way? Or is it happening in India that way? I don't think so.
In today's date, it's not possible.
Possible. Yeah. So it is better to have something that they create, a website or a portal like this, where everything is recorded on a personal comfort. Shraddha Chavan ma'am, do you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely. I agree that it should be recorded, but yes, as of now, it is not being done anywhere.
So my first takeaway is that building a profile is this, building a student portfolio, recording every single event from the child's life, from the childhood means I'm talking about KG, even KG classes, or even before that. We normally do it because our Instagram pages, if you see, parents are flooding it with all kinds of photos and pictures and everything. So when we are doing it, we say that it's not that they are not doing it, they are doing it. Let's do it in a more professional way, such that it helps to build a profile for the student, for the future of the student. So this is the first thing I really want to stress. Why is a candidature building is very, very important. Yes. So moving ahead, anybody who has got any other view, can we please share? Mr. Upadhyaya Sunil Kumar. Welcome, sir. We missed you in the beginning. Sorry. We had a very small run through of exactly adding our adjective to call our profile or to define ourselves. So we missed you for the session, but hopefully we will be getting to hear from you towards the end. Ayushi, I'm quite familiar with because she was there for the last session as well. So moving ahead, now comes to the actual, this is only the introduction part of it. We are going into the session now. So allow me to share my screen once again. So we should be able to see exactly. And this time, usually I talk about UK curriculum and US curriculum and other schools from different parts of the globe. But this time, I have really narrowed down my focus for Indian curriculum. And why? Because in the sense like it is very important to exactly, like to be this. How do I make it less? Yeah. So careers talk, what does it read? How does it help? These career talks help us to break all kinds of barriers that we face. So as we have seen in the first few minutes, what is career counseling? It's a process in which an expert like us help the children to have a career exploration. How? How is it happening? How do we encourage that? By mirroring, by looking into self-realization, self-discovery, exactly what I'm good at and what I need to improve on. So this kind of report is very, very important, which needs to be recorded as interest, likes, our strength and shortcomings, our achievements, our acknowledgements, our acclamations, etc., etc., etc. And that will bring a change. As I told you, choices, then comes change, which contribute to the confinement, the final confinement. So exploration is the first stage, then comes the change, and finally it leads to the career development in other related issues. If at all they have any issues in terms of physical discomfort or learning discomfort. So this is a process in which a practitioner like us gives advice on career with the counseling techniques that simplifies the complex decisions or the difficult situation that the learner undergoes with us. So they should be open, and we also should be open, saying that you're very good at this, you have done this so well, you have excelled in this, and maybe you need to work on this. So that way it really helps. Say, for example, the child may be very good in academics, but maybe an introvert, not able to communicate people. So in those cases, we need to give them environments, create environments for them to develop their communication skills, such that give them more opportunities, explaining about the threats involved, or exactly maybe helping them with more opportunities to explore themselves, to excel themselves, or to, work on themselves to better themselves. So thus the expert helps to know yourself better using a set of questions. Normally, it is done with the verbal written question. It's like for the first counseling session, when the child comes to you, basically for a counseling or whatever thing, the career guidance that you're doing, we have to give a questionnaire, very simple questionnaire based on that, what you're good at. As we started the session, can you please give me an adjective to define yourself? It's a very simple thing. Because of lack of time, we did only one round, and that's a very simple thing. Like that, how would you define yourself? What all things that you have come across in your life so far? What is that you want to share? What is that you feel like to improve? And what you think that where you should be, what you think that your future should be. So all these things, a verbal black and white document should be recorded. As we all know, as we are all educationists, a child moving from grade 3 to 4, 5 to 6, normally we take diagnostic tests. Why do we take diagnostic tests? What is known, what I'm aware of. So we know our grade expectations, and we will set the grade level targets. Likewise, to know our children much better, this kind of black and white documentation, this also add to the profiling of the student. So this is very important, and this is the first step to do with any child. So based on the response, the expert guides the student in getting the answers to the complex questions, which one is answerable to self. So this procedure is actually called as brain mapping. That's the personal. This normally these days it is more related to the psychometric test. Everybody will know. NLP takes the major coverage of this particular area these days. But in previous, in the very primitive, very simple language, it is called as brain mapping. That is the personal interaction with the process of the counselor with a multiple choice question or test paper. This helps the aptitude of the child is assessed, looking into the comfort and natural bent towards different subject, which the child is. You get to learn your learner much better, whether the child is a linguistic learner or a numerical learner or an interpersonal learner, or all the 9 multiple intelligence of Garvard state of multiple intelligence really help in this, and you are able to define your child very clearly, and you will get a very clear previous, as we have discussed, exposed to the previous years of academic and non-academic exposure. Everything should be defined. With this black and white document, when a portal is created very clearly for the child, we get to know the child very clearly from the childhood to whichever stage the child is now, whether the child is in the adolescent stage or in the middle school stage or in the secondary stage, etc., etc. So following this in the same personal interaction with the interest of the child is assessed by gauging his top of his mind, his leisure time activities, his hobbies, his desires, his aspirations, everything, and talking about the families as well. The family friend also plays a vital role such that we are able to record everything. As such, in academically, we'll be able to have a very clear IEP for the student, education plan for the student, and also a plan for his career building as well. So this is the key thing, which is very important. Now, why is this brain mapping most effective tool for the career counseling? So can we move further? Anything, anybody would like to add more, or? Yes? Okay. Why is this brain mapping most effective tool for career counseling? Because it has got 3 reasons. This is the process of personal interaction based upon the each response of the child can be assessed carefully. Which responses has been discounted or enhanced can be taken into consideration by the counselor. So an option of deep probing is also available in case of we stuck with any kind of difficult situation with that particular student. And also our response, our advice as a counselor for any kind of disconnection that you feel, maybe with a family friend or from the child's point of view, is possible. In that case, what is very, very important? Review. is very, very important. And the second round of meeting should be arranged such that we will be able to figure out the discrepancy, which is extremely difficult for the child to handle. So the counselor, finally, the counselor can remove any kind of ambiguity in the response if found at any point of time during this interaction. So that's how it really works. And this is the first primitive step that they will be able to do. In that case, why do we do that? What do we really achieve? The outcome of this is that the child's interest. As I told you, whether the child is numerical smart, whether the child is is interested in commerce and accounts, whether the child is interested in arts, whether the child is interested in the STEM education or the engineering, or the child is interested in the medical, you will be able to figure out very clearly as a counselor, and you will be able to guide them. And so moving ahead, following through, when this process is done, as ma'am has rightly mentioned, at the, maybe in Indian scenario, from the age of, from the class 8, if it is done, then comes the challenge of stream selection for the 10th grade. Exactly which stream the child is going to go into, whether it is science A group or B group or commerce group or humanities or arts group. So normally, I think so, I feel, I'm quite sure in an Indian education system, these are the 4 big broad streams that are open to the student to choose. Science A group, Science B group, Commerce group, Humanities and Art group. So as a counselor, you will be able to, having a very clear picture of the student, you will be able to guide the student. So this is what the student will be good at, and this is what he can pick it up. And when the streams are decided like this, there are different boards which handle it, whether it is statewide boards which are available in different states as they function as Punjab board or Gujarat board or Andhra Pradesh board or Maharashtra board, etc., etc. There is one head, as we all know, the Central Board of Education, CBSE, ICSE, and ISC, the Regulated Council for Indian School Certifications. So being a counselor, we should be aware of exactly all these boards pertaining to which state that we belong to and to the Central Board of Education, and we will be able to guide our students. So knowledge about this particular state board from the state that we are representing, in integrating with the Central Board of Education or ICSE or other Indian School Certificate Examination, we should have a very clear knowledge of exactly to take this process further. And that's what is the whole process of career counseling is all about. So when ICSE refers to the board dealing with the standard 10th, ICSE for one of the grade 12 students, IB is also commonly, which is otherwise called as the international board. But the exact nomenclature to this is International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, which is and also CIE. And we have one of the participants today from representing Cambridge Assessment International Examination. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for joining us. So you are very clear about this. Hope you will agree with us for all this information. While the International General Certificate of Secondary Education deals with the standard 10 and AAS levels and A levels deals with the standard 11 and 12. So as counselors, as school educators, these are the common boards that we have. So once we are aware of it, now we know about our student. Now we know exactly what the student is good at, which field that they're going to take, and which are the boards that they're going to study. When you are able to this, as a counselor, our job is to just bridge them, build a career pathway such that we are able to take them further. So moving further, these are the streams that they are good at. Normally, as we have seen the different streams in the beginning, whether it is science stream or engineering stream or the medical stream or the art stream, etc., etc., etc. So we will be able to guide through the student. Now, for example, if you feel that your student is an art student, you thought that the student is fit for only arts. So what kind of student that you're going to fit there? Taking art as an example. Okay. So traditionally, arts was thought fit for students who were below the average in studies. Hope you will agree with me. And were thought to be not to be bright. This is a wrong thought and inappropriate method of choice for streams after 10th. Why? Because these are people who are extremely powerful. That's a phobia. That's a normal culture that we have. Means anything that you don't get engineering, you don't get medical, you don't get this, and finally go to pick up any arts. But that's not the case. As counselors, we should have a very clear idea of exactly what the art can do. These people who are extremely powerful and knowledgeable, who's holding highest position across the group in the field of politics, economics, bureaucracy, and archaeology, etc., etc. Because they are so eloquent. They are very good at it. And the entire world depends upon the various kind of societal research, administrators, and professionals from the art background who are known for this. So I'm just trying to give an example of exactly what people normally prefer, and the ones which are in the backseat should not be treated, because we as counselors, we should not have that, partiality, saying that engineering is good or medical is good. That's not that way. Even art, which we feel that it's only a lighter group, or even that has a major impact, because it can just reform the society in any way as such, as we are seeing here. So art stream and the humanities stream should be the right choice for Indian education system for students who possess the following qualities in grade 10. For example, since you have taken art as an example, I'm just giving you one who is good at language in subjects like English, one who is good at social sciences like subjects like history, geography, and civics, one who is good at theory, reading, and retaining, one who is a very good observer of people, behavior, society, and surroundings. We're all counselors in other ways, so we will agree with that, I think. And comfortable in communicating with even strangers, good at visual arts, performing arts, and literary arts, etc., etc., etc. So, very thanks. Just taking art as an example, we should be very thankful to the availability of such diverse of areas of studies and career options which are available to us in a country like India. And after completing 12 in art stream, the students will have access to numerous professional courses. It could be visual arts, as Nam was mentioning, Shraddha was mentioning, visual arts or the media, or about law, performing arts, etc., media and communication management, etc., etc., etc. But remember, salt in a curry is always IT. With all these as the main core stream of study, IT should be there as a parallel course which the child has to be working on, has to study through and through. And as counselors, we should be guiding them for the IT skills, because that's going to be the rule of the world. Hope you will agree with me. So moving ahead, some of the boards that are available in 10th in India, hope you will agree with me. There are 5 main education boards available in India. As counselors, we should know about these boards very clearly, because our student may be studying in a very in our school, which may be under private management, but for after 10th, the child may be moving into any other board of education. So we should have a very clear idea to guide them exactly to make them the best choice. So the 5 available education boards are normally IB, Cambridge IGCSE, General Certificate of Education, CBSE, ISC, that is Indian School Certificate, and also the state boards. Normally it comes like this. So as we all know, IB is the most practical oriented board, and we should be able to define them and help them with the differences in these boards as well as counselors. So IB is the most practical oriented board. That's learning.
Previous slide.
Pardon me? My slides are not moving.
Previous one, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, I will share the document. Don't worry. I'll share it. Okay. So IB is the most practical oriented board, and thus it is considered to be the toughest board among all. It focuses on the concept of what to learn and how to learn, hands-on learning, basically. Project-based learning, PBL, that's what they call it. Okay. This board gives one good amount of elective subjective choices. That is very important. What electives that they choose is very important. In turn, gives the flexibility of what the child wishes to learn. Much emphasis is laid on application of knowledge. As I told you, it's actually PBL, practical based learning.
with aspective learning. In this board, there is no concept of stream selection after 10th, like science. In this board, this is what is a key thing that we should know about IB. In this board, there is no concept of stream selection after 10th. So they selected before 10, like science, commerce, and human arts, etc. The candidate has to pick up his choice, and the choice is available for the graduation, depends upon the eligibility of the various graduate courses which are available. So these are the graduate courses which are normally available in the IB board, and all these will be shared.
Likewise, this CIE, that is Cambridge Assessment Education System, also has the same thing. So we are now looking into the art category, art subjects. Okay. So while the international certificate of secondary education deals with standard 10 as AS and A level,
deals with standard 11 and 12 respectively. In its practical approach of pedagogy, this board gives a number of elective different from IB is that in grade 11 and 12, this gives a number of
elective choices offering for all learners from different abilities, interests, and backgrounds. And it focuses on the vital education knowledge, understanding, and skills. Again, it is considered to be tougher than the national boards because of the advanced level of learning and the teaching methodology. In this board, there is no concept of stream selection after strength 10th, like science, commerce, and humanities, and the candidate has to pick up his choice. Then the choice is available for the graduation and which are subjects available in the IGCSE tentative list. But this tentative list may vary from school to school. So these are the things that they normally offer in the Cambridge. First language, second language, for example, then world literature, global perspective, geography, economics, history, and also they have to learn a foreign language. And the second language is always Hindi when it comes to India. And the third group is that physics, chemistry, biology, and combined science. And also group 4 is that with related to mathematics and additional mathematics as an option. Group 5 is the creative and vocational education, based on vocational education of art and design, accounting, business studies, computer science, drama, and also physical education. All these things come under this category as it is mentioned in the website of Cambridge Education. And the third board is that ISC board. Just to remind about we are still looking into the arts stream, only under the arts stream. We are not talking about the science stream, or we have not come to that. Okay. Then the third board,
ISC board, which comes to the next difficult level. This board follows quite a bit of practical learning approach through reference book and pedagogy. As you know, like PhD thesis submission and all, pedagogy is less rote oriented. So everything that they will do the research work, they will submit the paper and it is being acknowledged as their completion. So each and every concept is dealt that way. And the first level of selection of stream takes place after the grade 8, that is science or common and humanities. And if you have taken science, you can shift to any other stream after 10, but the vice versa is not allowed in most of the schools. The secondary level of stream selection takes place after
the 10th, and the subjects available in the humanities and the arts stream in ICSE board may vary from school to school. Once again, as more related to the CBSE, it is English, geography, modern, foreign languages, environmental science, economics, sociology, classical languages, art and music, history, computer science, psychology, SUPW, and political science, Indian languages, and physical education. All these comes under the art category. Now the next level of difficult scale is the CBSE board. So most of us are aware of this word, and it's a good mixture of the practical rote-oriented pedagogy, and we all know about it. Only the difference comes, where does the difference comes according to the particular states. Which state does that belong to? But the CBSE curriculum remains standard throughout our country, our nation, and we know about subjects: English, geography, mathematics, economics, psychology, physiology, political science, sociology, all these things that we can see in the website as such. Last but not the least are the state boards, that each state in India has their own education board, which differs from state to state, and it functions in the respective state government of each state. Hope you will agree with me. With due adherence to the language of instruction or the medium of instruction, which the school has taken to, but the school, since Hindi is a national language, we have, though we have a regional language, Hindi is taken as a national language, and English as a English and Hindi remains throughout, but the regional language for that particular state differs from the particular thing. And the board, and that's how it is. And as we all know, that student, there is a risk which we really don't want to mention, but still, in this board, since they are learning the subjects in the regional language, there is always a threat of student not faring well in the national level competitions that we need to look into. And probably if we have some interventions working on those guidelines as counselors, it will be helpful. Now we are moving to the commerce stream. So when it comes to the commerce stream, hope you will all agree with me with the art stream. We are clear with that. I think so. If we have
Got anything? I can wait if you want to raise any question or any clarifications before moving ahead. We can clarify that and then move ahead. Should we move ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to commerce stream, as we all know, it is the most popular stream for students after grade 10. And the streams, as we all know, it's a beautiful mixture of mathematics, theoretical subjects like economics. That's what is very important. And the key thing about corporateship, and also that fits into the area of many students. Traditionally, commerce was given to the student who were average in studies and were thought not to be bright. This is a wrong method of choice again after 10, and this can be simply, proved by people looking at who have excelled in the areas of banking and financial analysis and professions. And the entire world deals with numbers and professionals. These days, this is outrightly rejected, ruled out, because this day, what really matters is the data analysis, and data recording is very, very important. So keeping that in mind, the commerce stream people should be the right choice for the Indian education system who possesses the following qualities. Now, how to identify your commerce student is that one who is very good in maths, who has a research benchmark around 70 marks in grade 10, like economics with the interest of business transactions, should have a good analytical skills, should have a liking for numbers, should be comfortable with the data analysis procedures, and should be ready to work in an involvement with a solitary working attitude. So the boards, as we have seen, the main 5 boards which rule the Indian academics of the curriculum is that IB, CBSE, a candidate of IGCSE, Certificate of Secondary Education, CBSE, IESC, and state boards. I'm going further because there are too many things. As we all know, we have dealt with IB very clearly in the first slide. So it's all more kind of exactly what is IB board, how does it deal with, that's what is being shown basically. And the subjects which are offered for commerce student in the IB board is that, as we have seen, language, literature, and also about the literature of performance also. Performance in the sense, it could be art, music, dance, etc. Instrumental, anything. Then French is a second language, or French, or sometimes German is also given. Hindi, Spanish. So these are the foreign languages which are given as option. And this is for the commerce stream in the IB board. Okay, so the main group 3 is that which talks about socialities like business management, economics, geography, global politics, environmental systems, and etc. And the 4th group is that which talks about biology. It's called as the science collaboration: biology, chemistry, computer science, physical. When it comes to physical, all sports, health, environmental systems, and society, and also design technology plays a role. And when it comes to group 5, we have the mathematics group, which has all mathematics in it. And group 6 is for the art, that is visual arts and the performing arts, or the theater arts, etc., etc., etc. So this is what IB board offers for the commerce stream. So moving ahead, as we have seen, Now, what is Cambridge Board also offers for the commerce stream? That is the first language English. And then the foreign language as French or Spanish is given as an option, and the second language is always Hindi. When it comes to group 2, it's compulsory, and group 1 is also compulsory. That is world literature, global perspective, geography, economics, and history. When it comes to group 3, it's physics, chemistry, biology, computer science. It's more kind of a science group. Group 4 is mathematics when it comes to all the mathematics streams, and group 5 is the creative, art and design, accounting and business studies, computer science, drama and physical education, etc., etc., etc. So moving ahead, ISC board, what it has got to offer in the commerce stream: English, business studies, medium, foreign languages, and art and music. Economics, mathematics, classical languages, SUPW, commerce, computer science, physical education, accounts, Indian language and environmental sciences. So CBSE, as we all know, English, business studies, entrepreneurship, economics, mathematics, information practices, and computer science, accountancy, and Indian languages, etc., etc., etc. And the state boards, as we have seen before, the state board pertaining to the particular state. And of course, the medium of instruction is in that particular regional language. That is what is the thing that we should always remember. And these are the business commerce stream subjects which are being offered. That is English, business administration, physical education, economics, mathematics, statistics, introduction to computers, secretarial practices, accounts, and Indian languages, etc. Now coming to the science group, which is the most favorite for all the Indian parents, science A group. Hope you will agree with me. So when it is so, let's start with basically what is it got to offer? Who are the students who will choose science group? How will you identify your student, basically? To whom can we offer the science group? Is that one who is excellent in science, especially in physics, chemistry, and research in benchmark around 85 plus marks in grade 10, excellent in mathematics with a research benchmark slab of around 95% of marks in grade 10, curious to know the languages, how machines work, as a good logical and reasoning skills, experimental knowledge, and was the ability to spend long hours in books or computers or the research work, and is willing to spend little time and fun and other activities because they will be doing a lot of research and the project work. Therefore, students have to spend more hours of study to cover the syllabus, which render the science as a topic option. And I'm not going through this elaborate because we have already seen repeatedly for 2 slides before. So the same boards as the Indian curriculum is offering. And what is the science group? What IB has got to offer in the science stream is that language literature, and the literature is again the language and literature, language and acquisition, basically about the foreign languages and Hindi. When it comes to foreign languages, French and Spanish. And it moves on as such. And the group 3 is that individual and societies, that is business management, economics, geography, global politicals, and environmental study is also included. Group 4 is that is for the science, that is biology, chemistry, computer science, physics, and sports, environmental systems, and design technology. Group 5, mathematics, and group 6 is visual arts and performing. And as such, IB board, what is that got to offer for the science students is that the first language English, and as we have seen, the foreign languages with a combination of foreign languages, and the second language, that is the national language Hindi. And group 2 is again a compulsory for world literature, global perspective, geography, economics, and history. Group 3 is for physics, chemistry, biology, and combined sciences. When it comes to mathematics, it's basically group 4 is always mathematics, which is exclusively for mathematics subjects, and group 5 is for art and creative design. So ICSE board, when it comes to the next level of difficulty, and how does it function? This is little, actually, it's little different from the previous 2 because the science and the commerce streams are united together. From grade 8, that is science and commerce and humanities go parallelly. That is the science student can learn science along with the commerce stream as such.
And it science, when it talk about science, it could be the physical science, the biological science, the chemical science, and also the computer science. So this is normally a best option which has been chosen by the students as science A group and science B group. And the candidate to pick up any compulsory subjects, and the subjects offered are maths, geometry, modern foreign languages, and where they do take the design technology as a core subject, with physics, art, music, and SUPW, and chemistry and computer science and psychology, with English languages and the other environmental sciences. CBSE, as we all know, and I'm not going to elaborate on this because we all know much better of exactly what are the languages, what are the subjects which are being offered. English, biotechnology and graphic designing, mathematics, chemistry, physics, computer science, and engineering graphics is being given as an option now, with the information practical approach to English language and physical education also comes as an additional ancillary. So when it comes to state board, as we have seen again and again, the same thing. Normally they follow the CBSE pattern, but only thing is that the medium of the vernacular medium of the state boards, the medium of instruction is normally in the regional languages. So when it comes to the science B group, so normally it is very popular among the standard past students, as we all know, as we have our examinations which are coming in when compared to the other mainstreams of arts and science stream. Moving further, science stream is very popular among 10th standard students, and students who want to pursue medical and applied science professional courses in future may choose the stream when compared to the other mainstreams of commerce and art. And who are the students? These are the education boards that we have seen, and normally to whom should we recommend? Those students who are very much interested in the science, basically, to learn. So when it comes to the IB board, we all know very clearly now what does the IB board offer. The group 1 is the language, group 2 is the language acquisition, language and literature, then language acquisition. Group 3 is about the societies, that is business management, economics, geography, global practices, etc., environmental systems. Group 4 is for the science, biology, chemistry, group computer science and physics. Group 5 is for maths, and group 6 for the arts. That's in the IB board. When it comes to the Cambridge board, as we all know, the first group is always for the language. So whereas there is emphasis on foreign language in the first language, and also the second language as Hindi. Group 2 is again compulsory with the global perspective, geography, economics, history, world literature. Group 3 is again physics, chemistry, biology, and combined sciences. Group 4 is for mathematics, and group 5 is for the creative and art design and applied sciences. So moving ahead, like as we all know about the CBSE board, I'm not going in detail with that. And now coming to that, normally when we are offering all these kind of subjects from different boards, as parents, we are forced to answer certain questions which has become, yes, parents' voices, I would say. First question, hope you will agree with me. How do I help my child to choose the right career option after school? Do we agree? This is the first thing. First question, how do I help my child to choose the right career option? So, first thing, what is very important, as we have seen, self-mirroring, self-realization, self-discovery, for to know the child's interest and choices, so that we get to know the children much better. Once you know the child, how do you manifest it? How do you display it? Create a portfolio, create a profile for the student, create a candidature for the student. Let it be visible, make it visible for you to look at it as a parent, for you to look at it as a counselor, for you to look at it, and also for the child to look into it, working on doing a SWOT analysis of exactly what my strengths, what is a career pathway, what is a pathway I've come across, what is my history, how I have performed well in academics, so that the child is able to review himself, his pathway, and he is able to take it further. So when you know that, when you have this previous history very clearly, when you know it from the past experiences, when you know it from the data analysis that you have mentioned, your data that you have mentioned, when you have created a portfolio for yourself, when you have created a student passport for yourself, it is very important. Now you will be able to very clearly map it with the brain mapping question. The brain mapping, as we said, that's a document. That's a black and white document that we need to record it very clearly to show that, yes, the child's interest is this, that he wants to do this, he's academically, he has performed this. So this is where the option is. So how do I help my child to choose the right career option after school? So we need to explain as an expert career counselor, please do the API testing very clearly. So this is the first thing that we should record. It's a progress report that we should record it and show it to the parent. Second, what could be the different career option after 10th? So which board, whether it is IB board, as counselors, as I explained to you very clearly, I'm going to share this document to you. As counselors, each one of you should have this very clear knowledge of exactly what the different boards have got to offer. So which board are you studying now? Which board are you going? So in this board, this is the best option. This is what the board is offering. So these are the subjects. So you will be able to map it very clearly with the student, with the strength and shortcomings, and also about the accolades and the achievements of the child very clearly, systematically, with the data being data handling analysis that you have mentioned in the Padlet or in the recording, wherever it is. You will be able to give the career pathway option very clearly as a counselor. So which are the options that we have seen? We have seen all these options in the very clearly in this booklet. So you will be able to guide the student. My child is not good in maths with lot of streams, get close with that. What could be the other option? So what could be the other option? Which board is it? Which stream the child has to choose? As parallelly, what are the options that the child can choose very clearly? As counselors, we will be able to guide them. So my child wants to take a particular stream in grade after 10th and 12th because all his friends are going into the stream. What I can do? Meet an expert. So when it is such a question, when it's a very tricky situation, all his friends are going into science stream. He wants to go into science stream. Whereas I want to take him into commerce stream. How am I going to guide the student? How am I going to guide my child? As when we face these tricky situations, it is very important. You can say there are always two faces in the coin. If you take me, I'm a counselor in a school, but I have got another face. I'm also a dancer. I'm also a sports person. I'm also this. I'm an IT person. I work. I do this, and maybe I'm a speaker. I conduct online sessions continuously for training. So though I'm working as a counselor in the school, I'm a trainer. I do these training sessions. So you can always show the two different career options that you keeping you as an example very clearly, and you can get it. For all these things, what is very important, what is the first primitive thing is the API test, which is being done, which is documented in the blueprint very clearly. And so that you can show your brain mapping questionnaire as a proof, as an evidence to the parent, saying that this is what the record shows. This is where we are. This is how the reference goes. So this is how you have to take your child further. So that way it really satisfies. So when we want a family, so sometimes normally in India's scenario, one important question which comes up is we want our child to join our family business. I'm a doctor, so I want my child to become a doctor only. We have a family business, we have a textile business. We want him to do the commerce stream only. So for anything and everything, what is very, very important, what is a key thing is that the brain mapping test, which is very, very recording the
blue document, the blueprint that we need to record it such that we will be able to move further. Hope you will agree with me. Yes, ma'am. So when it comes to the options now, streams after 10th, I'm trying to make it into better. I will, I really want to make it. Okay. Streams after 10th degree in pure streams, exactly as we have seen what the child can choose. Is that Group A, physics, chemistry, maths, engineering, technology, and architectural design. And what all professions that they can go in for that is that if the degree or the branches, if they're taking BTech, it's a 4-year course, as we know. Bachelor of Engineering, it will be, this is for the grade 12 students, I mean the secondary students. We have talked about the school students so far, and moving ahead from the school scenario, going into the college and universities, what all things and what they will become. That's what we're going to talk further. So if they take that BTech, Bachelor of Technology, it's a 4-year course. BE is again a 4-year course. Bachelor of Fashion Technology is again a 4-year course. B.Arch is a 5-year course. B.Plan or Bachelor of Planning is again a 5-year course. 4-year course, sorry. B.Id of Interior Design and Bachelor of Design is again a 4-year course. These are the branches that they can take. If they take, what all professionals that they will become is that they will become engineer, mathematician, scientist, architect, commercial, pilot, astronaut, naval officer. So these are the professions that they will become. So if the child is somewhere, if you see that the child is somewhere, this academically he has proved with his, all his marks, with the scholastic skills that he has proved. So you can suggest these courses as a counselor for the students, depending upon their records. So branches in engineering technology, it is aerospace, agriculture, food, architecture, automobile, biochemical, biological sciences, biotechnology, ceramic sciences, chemical, civil, computer science, etc., etc., etc. You name a thing, there are about 600 options which are there for them to just to go ahead in the career pathway. So when it is science B group, physics, chemistry, biology, that is what they will go into is the medical science, Ayurveda, Unani, homeopathy, agriculture, allied sciences, paramedical, nursing, rehabilitation services, and the professions that they go into are normally all these doctors, cardiologists, dermatologists, endocrinologists, all these medical professions come. So what are the courses that are, as we all know, MBBS, BDS, BAPS, that is Ayurvedic science, BS, MS, Siddha, medicine, etc., naturopathy, homeopathy, Unani, nursing, then optometry, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, trauma care management, doctor, pharmacy, and then pharmacy course, and also Bachelor of Pharmacy, Ayurveda, Bachelor of Prosthetic, Orthotic, Audiology, Speak Language Pathology, Bachelor in Rehabilitation Sciences, Bachelor of Science Agriculture, that is Bachelor of Science Thericulture, Bachelor of Veterinary Sciences, Bachelor of Fisheries, etc., etc. Now, why am I elaborating this? Because normally this is a very key, tricky situation as counselors we face in. The child want to become a doctor. Sometimes their marks doesn't support them. In that case, we have to give them these options. If not this, you can go in for this. If not this, you can go in for this. If not this, you can go in for this. Of course, integrating with the marks that the child is achieving. So when it comes to commerce, as we know, BCom honors, finance and financial accounting and professional. And what all they can become into is that account auditor, banker, finance analysis, planner, investment analyst, investment banker, stock broker, and chartered accountant, company secretary, etc., 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 tax auditor, tax consultant, stock broker, portfolio manager, investment analysis, statistician, etc., etc., etc. All these you can. Apart from this, there are other higher certification courses in pure commerce. That is chartered accountant, company secretary, cost and works accountant, certified finance analysis, certified financial planner, certified investment banker. So all these options are definitely open to them and they can become. So we should, as counselors, it is our duty to have all these options open for them to guide them very clearly. So in case of arts and humanities, as we know, BA of arts and specialization in arts comes in applied psychology, economy, geography, journalism, political sciences, social work, archaeology, public administration, etc., etc., etc. And it goes on. Then professional courses after 12th, that is PCAT, that is general degree courses available in any 12th, is that BSc LLB, normally Bachelor of Law course, that is 5 years, BA LLB, BCom, BBA, that is Bachelor of Business Administration, BSc, BTech, etc., etc., depending upon the correlation and what professions that they will become into, that you will be able to guide them. So when it comes to the business management, we are given the business management courses and the years of duration and what professions that they go into. Hotel management, liberal studies that you can guide them. You can guide them for mass communication courses. You can guide them for economic courses. You can guide them for social work, pure science, computer applications, design, fine arts and visual arts, sports management and performing arts, etc., etc., etc. When it comes to science group, so available degrees, as you know, Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Sciences, Bachelor of Fashion Technology, Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Planning, and dual programs in engineering as BTech and MTech, etc. The specialization, these are the courses that are very key things that we should know. Each one of us as counselors, we should know them exactly to guide our students, what they will be going into, what they can make that professions in different fields. And the career prospects, which they can do is that higher studies in management is always there. They can start their own business and they can prepare for civil service examination, research and academics, jobs in technical company and armed forces. And some of the colleges which are offering these courses, admissions on entrance examination, that also we have given them. So when you get this document, you will be able to guide your students very clearly. And moving ahead, what other entrance examination? This is another key thing. So the G examination, those courses also that we have given, and selection of subjects that they can go in for, number of questions that they need to answer, maximum number of marks, tentatively, which is the time duration, and the forms are available online. Mostly we have given all websites so that you will be able to guide your students appropriately for each and every entrance examination, such that they will be you can actually, these entrance examinations are also having supporting courses. Say for example, G Advanced and all, as schools are offering support measures also for students to excel in these examinations. So when you look into that, you will be able to guide your students by downloading these question papers, and you can have trial tests, mock tests every time now and then, and you will be able to guide your students. So when it comes to the science group, as we have seen, these are the different courses that are being offered and what all the different career prospects that they can go in for, as civil medical examination, preparing for civil examinations, owning their own business, research and academics, corporate, etc., etc. And what are the colleges that they offer based on the entrance examination that also has been given for Counsellor. So this should be able to help you to guide your students exactly for different medical colleges and national level BDS colleges, state level BDS colleges, etc., etc. And what is the eligible criteria that also has been given very clearly, with the number of questions that they need to answer, that is also there, so that you will be able to take it further. So when it comes to the commerce degree, as you have seen in detail, what are the commerce degrees which are being offered with the years of study, and also other courses that they can, other than specialization courses that they can go in for along with the mainstream of study, that is also being given. Those websites are also given, so that for you to, as counselors, you will be able to guide your student. Apart from that, the entrance examination for all the commerce students are also given as with the name of the examinations, and also for the selection of process and the testing pattern with the number of questions that they need to pass, and what is the tentative date to apply and go in for this examination with the coaching. So that also I've given. So, and apart from that, which are the colleges for admission that is being given for the board, based on the board, the 12th board examination. Some of the colleges which we have mentioned. So for the stream of arts and academics, humanities also, we have given very clearly. So this should be able to, as counselors, with this document, you will be definitely be able to help your students according to the different streams of study, and also which are the colleges and universities that they can go in for, which are the entrance examinations that they can go in for, and also about law study when it comes to law as a study, which are the courses that are being offered, and what are the career aspects that they can go in for normally for the stream of study that they are choosing, and what are the specialization courses that they can go in for. And when it is so, which are the examinations, entrance examination that they should go in for, with the selection pattern and the selection test pattern, with the number of questions and the tentative dates during which normally these examinations are conducted in India. That is also given. So, moving ahead. So when it comes to the business management, again, this is another field of study. The courses which are being offered as counselors, we should have a very thorough knowledge about all these courses that are being offered in our country. So what could be the career prospect that you can guide your students? And along with the courses, what are the specializations that they can go in for? And the colleges that provide admissions based on the entrance examination that is being given. Apart from that, other specialization courses, other specialization facts that are being examinations which are being conducted, and the date of applying for those examinations and how to prepare the students are also given. So apart from business administration, then comes the hotel management as a study when you're going to guide your students. So available degrees in the hotel management, career prospects and specialization. Moving ahead, which are the states that normally offer, and what is the entrance examination schedule, and what are the timings and hours and the study and the paper and the question answers, number of questions, and what are the different types of questions which are being answered, like group discussion, interview, and the final interview session, profiling, assessment, etc., etc., etc. Types of questions, and which are more kind of academic and also general, that also being given, and which are the universities that they conduct, that those details are also given. So with this, definitely we'll be able to guide our students for this career pathway. So this document should be able to help all our counselors for our student to take our students further. So when it that, I need to check with, because I'm ready to share this document, because as counselors, we should have a very clear, as I've told you before, we need to have a very clear idea of exactly what all things that we can offer our students. So when you have an idea, when the student comes, once all single category is being satisfied, profile is being built, portfolio is built, academic records, data analysis is being done, you know exactly where the child stands and what are the core skills that the child has and what the child can go in for. And there comes our biggest responsibility of guiding them exactly. If not this, as I always stress on one thing, if not this, what's the plan B? So our plan, when we talk about plan B, definitely we should have a very clear idea of exactly how to take them further. So normally when we get into these situation, now going to the situations of exactly what course normally as a student, these are the questions that we come across. What course or stream shall I choose if I wish to appear for IAS, IPS, UPSC civil examination? So when it's such a case, any candidate with the 21 years of age having completed graduation from any stream can appear for the examination. So I've given the FAQs very clearly. So when you get your document, you will be able to get into this. What are the prerequisites for me to get into the architecture? If I want to study architecture, what are things what are the subjects that I should study if I want to make my career in architecture? What are the examinations I should go in for? How should I prepare my examination? What are the competitive examinations I need to prepare in for? And if I want to go and get into teaching, so what are things that I should get into that profession? And if I want to get into interior designing and fashion designing as a student, what are studies? What are the electives I should really look into? What are the specialization I need to look into? From where I should start? Whether I should start from the grade 12 level or whether I should start from grade 10 level, whether I should start after doing my bachelor's. So if I really want to become an ethical hacker, pursuing study in hacking and cybersecurity, so what are things that I should study? If I want to become a game designer, these are questions that they come up because there are changing trends in education as such. So integrating all these things, if I want to just put in few questions from the thinking from the student's point of view so that you'll be able to guide your students. So now I have, apart from this particular document, I need to stop sharing because I've listed about, as I told you in the beginning of the session, I've listed about 600 professions which are being listed for to guide our students. So when it comes to the professions, now I will share this document such that you will be able to guide them exactly, telling them, briefing them about exactly for each and every profession, what is required, what is a primary required degree which is required. And when you study that with a specialized combination, what all the specialization subjects that you need to take into. This document also I'm going to share with you. One second. Hope my screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you see, the first category is profession, exactly. And if it is sales and marketing, giving a definition of exactly what kind of profession it is and what is the primary degree which is required for this profession and the specialization that they can take in for. So when it comes to the, as you can go through, these are the different professions. These are the headers that you have worked in, definition, what is the primitive study and what are the other ancillaries that they can go in for. So in this, there are about 600 professions that are being mentioned through and through. And with that, you will be able to make a good combination for your students who are coming to you as guiding them for different fields of study. Say, let's take company secretary as one good example because it's quite, like people are quite familiar with that. So if the company secretary is responsible for efficient administration of a company, particularly with regard to ensuring compliance with the statutory and regulatory guidelines, requirements, ensuring the decisions made by the board of directors. Required mainstream of study is commerce and economics. Other stream of ancillaries which they can contribute, which they can added on to that is account statistic, economics, financial management, and business laws. So this is how it goes. Okay. So for this, all these professionals, all these are professions, and these are the main definition of the exactly what they want to become. So this one document will be able to help you in a great deal. I think so. And there is one more document which is exclusively for the examination point of view. I mean, the entrance examination. So when it comes to the entrance examination, what is, one second. What was I will be able to share this? This is again Excel document. Anybody having any problem with this kind of document? Like you can always get in touch with me so that I will be able to help you out. Okay. So when it comes to G main paper, what is the main subject? What are the main subjects that they need to prepare themselves for? How many questions? And what is the last day or the forms, when the forms will be out normally, and which is the last date, and which is the testing date? What is the time duration? And how many hours of which is required? And what are the main subjects of questions? What kind of subjects which are being questioned. Sometimes it is on computer mode. Sometimes some exams which are on the virtual mode. I mean, some are computer based, some are on-site based, that is paper based. So this also will be, you will be able to, I've given the website also for each and every examination. If you have got any query, you can go to that particular website and you will be able to take it further. So hopefully this should really help you as such. So I think we are really ahead of time. Anybody can ask any questions, open for any questions which you have got related to our session today. And anything more you want me to work on or to present it before you, I'm always there to support you. Please. Let's start with Shraddha ma'am.
I think you have covered literally everything, and it was a great session, especially related to all the Indian examinations and universities and degrees and everything. So I think you've covered everything. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Like in the previous session, we have talked about UK and US qualifications and everything that they have. Really helps the students to get into foreign.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear, I think.
Clear? Clear?
No.
Is it breaking?
Her voice is breaking in between.
Okay.
No, not clear.
For me, it is clear actually.
It was great till you were sharing the screen. All of a sudden, it's cracking now. I don't know. So if anyone have any queries, you can ask your queries or share your views. Revati ma'am, would you like to speak?
Yes, I would like to hear more from Revati because she's the principal of the school.
Yeah, ma'am, you have included all these things, all courses, their syllabus, how many years we have to spend in that, related colleges, everything included in that. Thank you so much for all the PPT.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. And,
Noor ma'am, would you like to speak?
No, I'm fine. No, I have no question. Everything was very, 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 very clear. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ayushi ma'am, would you like to speak?
Thank you.
No.
so our main key takeaways, if you say, like what is very important, profile, student profile is very, very important. That's a key thing. So as educators, the first thing that we need to work on, whichever grade the student is, we have to create the profile for each student. If the school is not providing, say for example, the school is not providing, school is not in a situation to provide, sometimes the school doesn't have website also. Agree to that. Agree to such a very practical situation. Let us encourage the student to have his own website. Creating a website is such an easy task these days, like it doesn't cost anything. Let him upload. As I shared the document, as I was sharing the Padlet document, let me try sharing my Padlet one more time. Oh, I think I closed it. Yeah, I closed it, sorry. So that is very important. How and where we are going to record it. Everything should be really recorded. And it's not only the academic part of it, it's not only the co-curricular part of it. As I was mentioning, even the physical discomfort, any kind of medical ailment, any kind of allergy that child has gone through, it's very, very important, even for teachers, to hand over the set of students from grade 4 to 5. Grade 4 students going to grade 5 as a class teacher, grade 4 class teacher, compilation of all the records of grade
those students to be handed over to the grade 5 class teachers is a very key thing that we need to do. And this profiling really helps a great deal for each and every student. When normally when they come to grade 12, it's what
Ma'am,
happened to
your
me.
voice is not clear. Can you off video?
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Now it's clear.
Somehow.
Okay. So, key takeaways, I would say, I would go through it one more time. Profile building is very, very important. It's a key thing, very key thing when it comes to career counseling. Recording all scholastic, scholastic achievements, including the physical and the medical records very clearly with the family background. Because when they go into foreign universities, normally family background adds a bigger value there, very big value there for scholarships. When the children are applying for scholarships, normally they will get definitely wanting to know exactly what the dad is doing. Do you have a property? On what basis that we are giving this? So everything when they apply for loans, normally. So with the family background, which is being recorded as a evidential data, it should be there in the student's profile. So that's how profiling a student is very, very, very key thing to move further, to get to know them very well. As it was explained very clearly yesterday, the self-realization, looking into self-analysis, and then recording, evidencing it. That's what we are doing in profiling. So when the candidature is built for each student, now you know exactly what are my likes, dislikes. Now I know exactly what do I need. I work on this. I work on my shortcomings. I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is what is the thing. Then you will be able to guide the student very clearly. If you are going into medical, well, you go. If medical is not if you're not getting into the mainstream of medical as a general physician or a general study with a specialization, what other fields of medical that you can go into, a pharmacy or a biotechnology or anything as such, pathology, these are the different fields of study that you can, physiotherapy or anything that you can go in for each and everything. As I have always told you, salt in a curry is IT. IT is something which we should not compromise. Whichever field that they are going, whether the child is going for engineering, whether the child is going for medical, whether the child is going for humanities, whether the child is going for any field of study, IT has to stand as a parallel thing. It's like a thumb in all the 5 fingers. Without the thumb, can we do any job? We cannot do. So it's like a thumb finger. IT has to parallel, travel through with us through and through as such for any field of study. This is applicable not only in India, for any country for that matter, any country for that matter. So these are different fields of study and how to choose the streams. What are the different streams that schools can offer? Whichever combination for different boards, exactly what are the different boards that are there, and how we can just guide our students as counselors. So basically, these are the things that we have seen so far. So thank you. Yes, Snigdha ma'am.
Uh, Professor Charles, our Vice Chancellor, is there. Would you like to share your views?
Definitely, I would like to hear from you. Yes, Mr. Charles.
I think he is having some connectivity issue. Dr. Shri
Okay.
Vidya, no words to express my gratitude. It was wonderful session. I being into this field for so many years, even many points, I got to know. It was very, very fruitful and enrichment session. Thank you so much. Very well, you have touched on each and every point. I think all participants will agree with me. Professor Charles, we have not muted you. You can unmute yourself. We have not muted you. Yeah, he's messaging. Anyways, if he's not there, it's already more time, and we will share the recording. kindly go through the recording. If you have any queries, I request Dr. Srividya if she could join at last on Sunday. I know you have one more session parallel. Okay. Anyways, Professor Charles is texting. Great session. Thank you, Dr. Srividya Sukumar. Yes, our heartfelt gratitude from the entire team of ICWP and IIU for this wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you once again, each one of you. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank
Bye.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the
Thank you.
presentation. Wonderful.